Hey. What's up, y'all? Listen, I want to hop on real quick and say something. So, um, Kevin Samuels, he's trending, right? He's trending primarily for the news clips of him degrading women. Well, I happened to listen to a pretty lengthy podcast with Joe Button. And it happened to be my first time hearing Joe Button. I don't know anything about Joe Button outside of Love and Hip Hop when he did Tahiri Wrong and he proposed in the middle of, I believe it was Times Square. But the point is, I listened to what he had to say. And it just so happens that he's a well-read, well-spoken gentleman, in my opinion. He has very valid points for men and women. And it was interesting to me that he mentioned how for 3 years he sought to talk to the men and encourage the men or direct the men or get the men back on track. And that was what was intriguing for me, because for me, I'm here to encourage the women and to pull them in, call them in, not call them out. I don't desire to bring someone on alive and degrade them. I desire to bring them on alive and talk them through or help them talk through their situation, where if you hear it out loud, it will resonate, right? So sometimes the beast of entertainment or social media, I believe when you get to a point of a certain height, it's expected of you to continue that momentum. And in order to do so, there's a level of salaciousness that has to be presented, right? So I think that's what's happening here. So today, I decided to try to give it another try to see if I heard anything that was of value that this man had to offer to young ladies. And I couldn't understand why women are calling into this man who I have not heard give any sound advice. Why are you calling him? So he can degrade you and prove a point that us men are frustrated too. So let me just tell you how I feel. I believe that women desire to be in a relationship more than men desire that. Women desire monogamous relationships more than men do. I also believe that women have been hurt every which way but, you know what I mean? Up, down, sideways. They have been hurt. They have been taken advantage of. Some have been physically abused, mentally abused, stripped of their dignity, their identity. There is so much that the black woman has encountered with the black man that there has been kind of a hopelessness. Will I ever get married? Will I ever have children? I won't get married. I won't have children. I refuse to settle. I'm going to just dive into my work. I'm going to get another degree. I'm going to be the best me. I have to level up to have the lifestyle that I want to have. I don't have a mate that I can come together with our salaries and grow a kingdom. So I have to do it on my own. So I'm going to go get that extra degree and those extra certifications so that I can be my best me, because it's looking like he may not be coming my way. Mr. Samuels believes that men desire relationships more than women. I don't know that. But I will say that I do believe that men, and you guys know here that I distinguish between males and men, depending on what hood you in. You know, your male hood, childhood, manhood. Go check previous videos if you need a breakdown of that. But I do believe that men desire monogamous relationships too. Some of them. However, I also believe that there is a culture that cultivates the the polyamorous environment or experience. And so there are some men that feel that when they reach a level of success, that they're in such high demand that they don't have to be monogamous, and you can either take it or leave it, because I have Sally and Susie and Becky and whomever. I believe there's a portion of the male or men, black men, a portion of population of black men that fall in that category. But what burdens me the most is that you're the lowest of low can be a Mac because of social media. And because they know that there's a level of desperation on the other side of the keyboard or the screen or the connection. So women have to be open, because when we build that wall, we have to understand we're protecting ourselves, but we're also blocking ourselves in. So we're not making ourselves available for love if we block ourselves in. So we have to be very cognizant. And it's a balancing act. Got to protect myself, got to guard myself. Yeah, I got a wall up. But the right one will graciously take those bricks down, and before you know it, I have a man, I have a fiance, I have a husband, I now have a child. We have a home. You understand what I'm saying? So it starts with self. For me, it starts with God. When your relationship is right with God, He gonna take care of you. He gonna send you someone that's gonna treat you as delicate as you deserve to be treated. One thing that I hate to hear women say, and this needs to be a whole separate reel. I hate to hear anyone say this, actually, that someone has to accept that this is just who I am. Because then you're putting God in a box that He can't do nothing else with you. We can all be better. We can all do better. We can all seek to learn. This is not just who we are, and that's it. You have to accept that. If you're loud, if you're rude, if you're inconsiderate, if you have a bunch of kids and you don't take care of them and you're just sleeping around, and you leave your kids with just anyone, or you just date anyone, or you have sex with just anyone and it's known about you, or your hygiene is bad, or you don't care about your appearance, or you're just frumpy and you don't pull yourself together, and you think that a man is just supposed to accept that. No, they don't have to just accept you as you are. They have the option of choosing someone else. So first, we should want to pull ourselves together for ourselves. Guess what? I have on some lashes today, and I've been doing my eyes under this mask that I've been wearing. Why? For me. Because I want to just zhuzh myself up a little bit. My husband is an added bonus. So yes, Mr. Samuels, before you come for me, I'm married. Married or not, married. One child after being married. So understand, it starts with God. You put God in your life. You make God your focus, and stop worrying about what you don't have, giving gratitude for what you do have, and before you know it, boom, right before you, there's that man. But you may have some work that you need to do on yourself. May have to dispel some myths. You may have seen some things growing up from the women in your family that you need to purge yourself of. See, I've seen and heard some things that I'm still purging from, and I'm married and been married some time. But there weren't a whole lot of positive relationships on one side of my family. And then the other side of my family, I was blessed that I saw that. I saw marriage. I saw interracial marriage. I saw black marriages. I saw marriages work long term, 50, 60, 30, 40 years. I saw that, so I know it's possible. I know they don't like each other all the time, but they get past that. So we have to get beyond the point of superficial. We have to get a rein on our hormones so we can stop just screwing for the sake of screwing. Be a little selective with who you're screwing. You don't just go give your reinforcements away and then expect he's going to come and give you his everything. It don't work that way. He has nothing to fight for. He's nothing to chase. He has nothing to keep him wondering. What's your mental like? What's your conversation like? Is a man sending you penis pics? Because if he is, that's what he thinks of you. Cancel him. If he's setting up a date with you and he's not coming through when he said he is, cancel him. He canceled himself. You don't give second, third, fourth chances with people to make a first impression because they're not giving you that grace. Keep it moving. And if he remains persistent, then you may say, let me see. But I got my eye on you because I don't have time to play games. Set a standard. Tear up the list. Let me tell you, I thought that I had to marry a suit. I've dated suits. I've dated doctors. I've dated lawyers. I've dated accountants. I've dated salespeople. I've dated suits. That's not who God had for me to marry. But my husband looks damn good in a suit. And we have a marriage that has lasted. There's something to be said about getting beyond the surface requirements. We're all living this frivolous life. Maybe you need to unplug from social media and work on you. Read yourself a couple of books. Ladies, here's a book for you. The Value in the Valley, a Black Woman's Guide to Understanding Life's Dilemmas. Grab that. Iyanla Vanzant. Start there. It's deep. You might have to read a page more than one time because she's going to get into some things. Start there. Next, grab In the Meantime, Iyanla Vanzant. Start working on you. Stop looking at every person you meet like this could be the one. Go on a date and enjoy yourself. Ask questions. And don't fall for the trap. So what do you bring to the table? Get to know me and find out. If I ain't bringing it here first, if I'm not doing it for you here first, if I'm not aesthetically pleasing for you, then what we doing? I ain't wasting my time going on no dates with nobody that ain't doing it for me up here. That's where it starts. Y'all starting with abs. Y'all starting when he had on nice shoes or a nice watch. I had a woman ask my husband could she be his mistress because he had a real Gucci belt. That's where y'all starting. Ground zero. That's why the losers are winning. There's no shortage of sex for the lower echelon. The same dude that will shoot up your neighborhood, he can get the draws from various different girls. They out here fighting, stabbing, slicing each other's faces, busting each other's car windows. And he's a nobody. He's a nobody to the extent that he's not trying to be a productive citizen in society. Understand what I'm saying? But there's no shortage of sex for him. He could slide in somebody's DM. He could put on somebody else's necklace. He can have a woman buy him an outfit and go mac the next woman in that outfit, taking pictures in shoes that aren't his. And you think that you got something because you surface. Some of y'all need to be inserting an ouch right there. Ouch. If I step on your toes, say ouch. Don't get mad and not come back. Just say ouch. But I want you to share this because someone you know needs to hear this message. Don't reduce yourself to calling into a show for a man that's known for making his riches off of humiliating you and degrading you. And I have not seen him, he hasn't talked to a Tish. I haven't seen it. Well, I don't watch him. I can't say I followed him. I only clicked on one video. I watched 2.5 callers calling. The first one was 20 something years old. She said she wanted to be married. He asked her, who are you, who's mentoring you, who's helping you to usher you and shepherd you through your young woman years so that you can be ready for marriage. And she said she didn't have anyone. Her mom didn't really care to help her, and her mom was basically looking for someone herself. That's a reality for so many women. He wasn't rude to her. He wasn't mean to her. He told her she should find someone to mentor her, and I agreed with him 100%. I also agree for the message that he has for the men. It's just that I don't follow him enough to know if he's giving that message as frequently as he's giving a message about a woman. As he's estimating a woman is at best a 6. She's okay, and she can choose to be pretty if she, I guess, puts on makeup or whatever the philosophy is. And I don't know if it's these women that are giving themselves this number or if it's a man, but I don't have to rank myself. Who are you? Rate yourself on 1 to 10. 10? Who are you? I have never been asked what you bring to the table. Why? Because during the times when I was dating, people took the time to get to know a person. So now that we have this influx of reality TV, an influx of social media and these curated lives, and everyone is rich and famous, or they want to pretend to be, and they're going into debt to do it, to prove what to whom, I don't know. But we have a bunch of shallow surface people who really, really, really need to be reined in. So if you can get your hands on a young girl or young boy and mentor them and help them, do that. If you are a young boy, a young man, or a young woman that needs to be ushered into manhood or womanhood, find yourself a mentor. Someone that's positive. Someone that has achieved sustainability on their own without illegal means. I believe that's important. I believe everyone should have a mentor. My mentor, I call her Auntie Sis Mentor. It's another Jerry Springer. She knows who she is if she's out there watching. Like this video. Share this video. I believe it will bless someone. Don't degrade yourself or allow someone else to do that to you. Come here. Dish with Tish. We're dishing. We're talking. I may need to change the name because I was told the dish makes it seem like it's going to be gossipy. I don't care to gossip about people. The post I did about Denasia Jackson, I keep messing up her name, where I had the my eyes run so bad, I have dry eye, it literally gets crusty around here like I ain't washed my face. The video I did about Denasia Jackson when I had a bonnet on, I was doing that in solidarity with that sister. I'm not here to dish or gossip or to. I want to see everyone come up. I want to see our community win. I want to see us doing this and not doing this. Kind of the dance where we're not quite lining up. We need to line up, and then once we line up, we need to lock in. It's time to lock in, y'all. It's time to lock in. So whether you take it from me, whether you checking out Love's channel, because that girl is raw, she's on fire. I give respect and props where props is due. She is rough, rugged, and raw, but she's saying the same things that I'm saying. She just calls you a bee and a hoe, and she uses select language, and she's not talking to you specifically. That's just how she talks. She probably been around the fellas like me, and when you've been around the fellas, you hear a lot, you see a lot, and you can become a part of that. And that used to be me when I was younger. I had a potty mouth, but I like to say I speak man, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot, which helped me along my journey, and now I want to share it with you. So I'm trying to build a platform to share it with you, but I want my platform blessed by God. My reward comes from God, and I hope that it will bless you as a listener or someone you share it to. God bless you. Or someone you share this with. I hope that it bless. If it blesses just one, and there's a aha moment, like, okay, I get it. No, I ain't calling in to no. If y'all stop calling into him, he has no more success. He has to go back to the men he says that's supporting him. You know why? Because there is a group of men that have a severe disdain for the black woman, which is heartbreaking. I do a series and I haven't been back to finish it because my family has been ravaged with deaths. But the series, part 3, the final chapter is coming. Are single women ruining their sons? I implore you to go check it out, but start with the first part 1. But there is a way that women have, some women or some young ladies have spoken around their young boys, I believe, that is causing them to have kind of a hatred and disdain for women. And so they enjoy hearing someone degrading them and checking them and tearing them down. And you don't have enough of them speaking up saying, you don't get to talk to our sisters like that. You can't say that. You can't say that. You can't do that. I told this dude in his comments, like, that girl could have been your daughter. You're just gonna hang up on her, useless. But ladies, you have to, I cannot say this enough, you have to pull yourselves together for you. You cannot just be, if you're looking for a relationship, the eyes, what they see is what attracts them to you first. So you have to be somewhat aesthetically pleasing. You have to have your hair tamed. It don't have to be straight like mine. It could be natural. It could be a fro, whatever. But let it be neat. Let it look clean. Your clothes, they can't be wrinkled. Young ladies, wear a bra. It's not cute to have. I carry triple D's. Let me show y'all. They sit up perky. Okay? Why? Because I spend coins on my bras. I have one in strapless bra now because I have one sleeve top. But I spend money so they sit up. Because guess what? As you get older, they'll gradually, if they this big, they gonna start to hang. You don't, as a young lady, walk around with no bra with your boobs spaced all out and just hanging out. I've seen dresses and I was shopping with my daughter on Boohoo, And there's dresses with women that are fully well endowed with their boobs just hanging in a dress, and you have that for sale. And it will, of course, they show the black woman. You got little Asian women and little white women in the other pictures, but a black woman with no bra and these huge boobs in this peekaboo front dress that's almost like a bathing suit, but it's not enough support to hold your boobs. She needed some tape to hold them up. But if you don't have someone telling you that, then you won't know, right? Like I teach my daughter as a young woman, don't get in the habit of putting your phone in your back pocket. That looks boyish. That's not girly. It's not feminine. Femininity is a thing. And it's a thing that's attractive to men. My husband told me, you cannot be my homeboy and my girl too. Because I was just too cool. But he was feeling me. Like, I don't want to just get up, but I got to tell her. And he was right. I was too acclimated to hanging out with the fellas and all that stuff. I had to cut some folks out of my life. Some other folks cut themselves out of my life because I stood for friendships that I had not been intimate with people. If I haven't been intimate with you, there's no reason why I get a man and I can't be your friend anymore. But that's a whole nother video for another day. But some of those cancel themselves out too. So God makes no mistakes. Everybody's not meant to go along to the next chapter. All right, I'm going to go because I said enough. Chew the meat, spit the bones. If it applies, let it sink in. Chew on that. If it doesn't apply, let it go. But pass the message on because somebody else needs to hear it. You don't need to hear it from a man that's going to degrade you, who don't give a darn about you. I care. I genuinely care. God put it in my heart. I pray about it. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to tear anyone down. I want to use my words to edify, to uplift you, to encourage you, to get your self-esteem up first before you even begin to step into the dating world, because it will eat you alive. Be kind to one another. You never know what someone else may be going through. Thank you for watching. Peace. Create a wonderful weekend.